Welcome to Essential Oils for Beginners. My name is Andrea Larson. I'm a mom of four. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I'm an accidental essential oil lover. I love teaching this class because I didn't know anything, even though I knew how to take care of patients based on guidelines. I knew nothing about natural approaches to caring for basic health needs and even complex health needs. And so this class is really kind of what sparked my interest in learning more about how these essential oils, these amazing natural products could be a great option for me and my family. So I started using essential oils. You can click to the next slide, Jess. I started using essential oils about 5 years ago now. I had a son who would not sleep, and I had tried all of the things. I had taken him to his pediatrician probably every other week. And I was supposed to be the one who was helping families stay healthy, and I couldn't even keep my own kids healthy. And I was so desperate that I had been seeing my best friend from college posting on social media about these essential oils that she was using on her kids. And I was super, super skeptical, but I trusted Kristen and was desperate enough to ask if she had any suggestions. And little did I know those few drops of lavender that she sent me would completely change my life. We have expanded our use of essential oils into literally every single area of our life, to the point where my youngest two children have actually never taken an antibiotic. And it's not that I wouldn't give it to them if they actually needed it, but because of these tools that we have in our home, we have experienced health and vitality that we had never experienced before. And so in this class today, we're going to learn about three cool things, how essential oils work and why they work, and then go into the three ways that we really can use these products, and then how do we go about getting some of these oils in our home, and a little bit of information about what it's like to be on our team. My sister, Jessica, she's also a wellness advocate here on our team, is going to talk to you or share about how essential oils work and then how we use them.
Hey, I'm Jessica. I also started using essential oils mostly for my children, similar to Andrea, about 3 years ago now, in basically a last-ditch effort to help my oldest daughter overcome 3 respiratory viruses that she had been struggling with for about 4 straight months and was just having a really hard time kicking. And I was having a really hard time with the idea of putting really powerful steroids in a nebulizer in her face every single morning and night, or whenever she was experiencing symptoms. And so my sister Andrea had suggested trying essential oils, and we've never really looked back in our house. It was just amazing to see how doTerra's breathe oil would support her more natural breathing, more open airways, and then to just watch her just start to feel better and completely eliminate those viruses from her body using oregano oil and On Guard essential oil. And it just gave me a lot of peace as a mom, knowing that the things that I was doing to help my child heal were natural plant-based substances that her body recognized and knew what to do with and was willing to work with and easily metabolized. And she didn't have to continue using that nebulizer. She did not develop asthma from all of that as a long-term result. And I'm just very thankful for doTerra and the products that they have to empower me as a mom to take care of my kids. So I'm going to talk a little bit about essential oils and what they are and how you can use them. Just a little bit of background about me. I'm a high school science teacher in Minnesota. And so biology, chemistry, these things are really right up my alley. So doTerra, I just love how this isn't a company that's just like putting out products and just hoping that you'll trust them. There's a ton of communication from the company as far as what the products are, what they contain, chemistry handbooks that contain information about specific organic molecules that are found in them and how they behave in your body. And so I kind of nerd out a little bit when it comes to studying each oil and what they do in our body, and the potential for working in our cells that these oils have. So here's what essential oils are. Essential oils are natural lipid-based biomolecules that plants produce. The plants are producing these oils because the natural environment that the plants are growing in contain different types of pathogens like mold, funguses, bacterias, insects, and the plant will produce oil as a secondary compound to basically help to protect the plant from those things in its environment. And the cool thing about that is that these plants produce them in their natural environments to help them to be healthy. But because these are biological plant-based biomolecules, when we consume them or when we put them on our bodies, they are actually easily metabolized by our cells and can be recognized by our cells, because we are basically made out of similar types of molecules, these lipid-based molecules that plants produce. So if you've ever smelled an orange peel or a pine tree, you've smelled an essential oil. These essential oils many times by plants are released into the air as volatile substances that we can sense and smell in the environment. They are, like I mentioned, safe because they are lipid-based organic molecules that are very similar to the molecules in our bodies, so we recognize them naturally. Plants produce them, but when we harvest the plant and then basically harvest the oil from the plant, these oils that are bottled that are sold by doTerra are extremely concentrated and very, very potent because of the concentration that they have. One drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to about the oil produced by 28 leaves off of a peppermint plant. So these are very highly concentrated oils. And because of that, they are very effective when they're used in our bodies as well. Another reason why they're effective is because they are lipid-based, and in order to work inside of the cells of the human body, a substance must be lipid-based. Lipids are organic molecules, and every single cell in our body is surrounded by a layer called a phospholipid bilayer. It's a fat lipid layer that surrounds every single cell of our body, whether that's a skin cell, a nerve cell, muscle cell. And in order to pass through that barrier, the substance has to be lipid-based. Oils being lipid-based actually have the ability to penetrate into our cells and work with the actual mechanisms of our cells to affect us at the cellular level. So in many cases, essential oils are actually significantly more effective in how they work in our bodies than a lot of modern medicines, because many modern medicines are actually, they're water-based. And because they're water-based, they cannot get inside of our cells and work inside of our cells. They can only function in the space surrounding our cells. So essential oils are very effective at treating symptoms and also getting to the root cause of disease. For example, there's a oil blend that doTerra has called On Guard, and On Guard has been demonstrated in clinical trials to actually be able to kill or stop the replication of the influenza virus inside of our cells. And that's a very unique thing that On Guard is able to do, because there's not a modern medicine that's capable of doing that right now. We have things like Tamiflu, but they can only work in the space surrounding our cells to lessen our symptoms. They don't just get to the root cause and actually stop the replication of the virus. There are over 3,000 identified organic molecules that, when they're introduced into the human body, have been seen to be able to positively affect the health of our cells. It's all just about the organic chemistry of these molecules that are found in essential oils. So essential oils can be used topically, they can be used internally. They are safe, they're effective, and they can also be used aromatically. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how they can be used now. Um, Essential oils can be used aromatically. This is probably the most common way that people use them, even people who have barely any knowledge about essential oils. Aromatic use of essential oils basically means that the essential oil has been suspended in the air as a volatile substance, and it's suspended in the air, and we are able to inhale those oils. And when they are inhaled, inside of the top of our nose is a postage stamp size area that's covered in little tiny, they're called hair cells, but they're nerve endings basically. And those nerve endings detect substances that are volatile in the air. And then those molecules will stimulate a nerve impulse that passes through our limbic system to the brain. And in the center of that system is a center called the amygdala. And the amygdala is responsible for basically emotional regulation. So by the time we've smelled something, it's that smell that we have detected is actually already beginning to affect our behaviors, our memories, our moods, our emotional responses in different situations. And so the aromatic use of essential oils is a very powerful tool for things like memory formation, but also for emotional responses. Um, there are super powerful psychological and physiological responses that happen in our bodies as a response to the behavior of our amygdala, which is responding to something that we're breathing in or inhaling from our environment. So essential oils, when they are used aromatically, can be used to affect our whole being through our psyche. Ways to use oils aromatically, the most common is probably with a diffuser. A diffuser is basically just a little electronic device. Sometimes they're battery operated, sometimes they're wall. You can plug them into the wall. Sometimes they are actually passive as well. You fill them with water, put a couple drops of oils in them, and then they will suspend the oil into the air, making them aromatic so that we can breathe them in. Another way that we like to use them in our house is to just put a drop. I'll use peppermint, just put a drop in the palm of your hand, and then rub the hands together and just make a little tent and put it over your nose and take a deep breath. And that's another way to use them aromatically. Another way that we use them aromatically, this is also kind of an internal example, is with this. This is actually an inhaler that you can buy from doTerra. And on the inside of this, there's a little cartridge, and that cartridge can be loaded up with oils of your choice. And then you can actually inhale these just like you would from an inhaler. So it's a way of using them internally, but also aromatically by breathing them in. So topical use of essential oils. Topical use basically means that you're putting the oil directly onto your skin, or an oil product directly onto your skin. By putting it directly onto your skin, this offers more of a localized benefit. It's super powerful to put oils on your skin, because when you put oils on your skin, especially in high absorption areas like on the bottom of your feet or on your back, your chest, on your shoulders, those oils will absorb into your skin and therefore into your bloodstream, and will actually be in your bloodstream within 30 seconds of placing it on your skin, and then will begin to circulate throughout your entire body. When we use oils topically, there is the possibility that people can be sensitive, not allergic, but sensitive to specific oils. So it's important to make sure that you have a carrier oil like coconut oil or jojoba oil that you can mix the oil into to help to dilute it when you're putting it on your skin, especially doTerra's oils, because they are so potent and pure. Some ways that I use oils topically. This is one of my favorite things from doTerra. This is called the Deep Blue stick. Deep Blue is an essential oil blend that doTerra has that contains, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them, wintergreen, camphor, helichrysum, frankincense, and all of these are basically natural forms of substances that are found in synthetic pain relievers. And so this, I use it topically. I really like to run. I'm getting back into it after having a baby, so my knees get really swollen when I go running. But this is just awesome to rub onto my knees. It helps to reduce inflammation, helps to repair damaged tissue, helps to reduce pain from activity as well. So that's one way we use it topically. Another way that we used it topically, even just yesterday, was what my oldest daughter really has had a little bit of struggle with wetting the bed. And so we have been putting a blend called Balance over her bladder and over her kidneys on her back at night and also in the morning to help just support her awareness of the movement of fluids in her body. So hopefully that's helping, actually has helped when we do that. I've noticed that it has started to reduce the number of times she's wetting the bed. Hopefully with repetition, it will completely eliminate that issue as well. Okay, so for internal use, doTerra is the only essential oil company that is safe for internal consumption because they are very highly tested, third-party testing. They voluntarily subject themselves to third-party testing, where they are very closely screened for any kind of toxin, any kind of pollutant substance like a plastic that might be found in the oil, or even some kind of synthetic additives or synthetic odors that can sometimes be added to other brands of essential oils to help to basically thin out product to make it make more of it. doTerra is extremely pure, and over many years they have been tracking with this third party testing the purity of their products. And what is known about doTerra is that it's actually called certified pure therapeutic grade. They're extremely pure, extremely potent, no additives in there, no pollutants or toxins that are added into the oils. And because of this, they're safe for internal use. That's not true for other companies necessarily. So some ways that oils can be used internally, I already showed you my little diffuser that I can use, or my little inhaler that I can use it internally. Sometimes people will actually like take this drop of peppermint and get some on their thumb and just push it to the top of their mouth. And that's a great way to use them internally as well. Sometimes you can just take it and put a drop right underneath your tongue and will absorb into your bloodstream. You can add oils like citrus oils, especially into water. I love to add grapefruit, lemon, lime, all those different types of citrus oils into water and drink them that way. There's also a whole other aspect of doTerra of supplementation where you can buy soft gels or capsules of specific oils that can be taken internally as well. Toothpaste, mouthwash, there's lots of different ways that they can be used internally. Okay. So a little bit about what makes doTerra different as a company. I love doTerra obviously because of their products, because of the many versatile ways that products from doTerra, these oils, can be used to support the health of our bodies. I also love them because they're so pure, and they're so highly tested that I can trust that what I'm putting on my body, what I'm putting on my children's body, what my children are taking in internally is a pure substance. So those are some reasons why I love doTerra. But another reason why I love doTerra is because of something called co-impact sourcing. So you might be thinking, well, where do they get the oils from? So from frankincense to peppermint to tangerine, wild orange, they're harvested from plants. And those plants, when they grow in their natural environments, produce a more pure oil product that can then be harvested and bottled and then sold through doTerra as a company. Many of these oils, like for example, frankincense, is an oil that is sourced from Somalia. So these are sourced from all over around the world, from places where these plants are growing in their natural environments. And doTerra is employing people from those countries, paying them fair wages, creating jobs in those places, also providing education, and in some cases providing medical care and incomes for people in those countries that they quite possibly didn't have without doTerra being there necessarily. So one of the things another thing I love about doTerra is this co-impact sourcing model, and how they're investing in the communities and the people that are working to harvest the oil for them. Andrea, did you want to talk a little bit about Lifelong Vitality Pack and supplements? I'm not sure she can hear me. Andi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Just a
Do you
second.
want me to just keep going, or do you want to talk about Lifelong Vitality?
I can talk about lifelong vitality here in a second.
Okay.
My meeting's really, really good.
Okay.
Okay, so lifelong vitality is actually doTerra's #1 selling product, and it is their vitamin pack. And the reason that this is so important is really the foundation for all health and wellness starts with nutrition. It's estimated that anywhere from 90 to 95% of all chronic illness can be tied back to a nutritional deficiency. And what doTerra has put together here in this pack is actually customized based on what we are missing in the American diet. It doesn't have super elevated amounts of certain pieces of our nutritional needs. Like I know I've seen from other companies, like it'll have 800% of your daily need for vitamin B12, and that's how they promise that you'll have energy. But really what happens when you take products like that is you end up just peeing it out. Your body doesn't need that much, and you end up just having really expensive urine. So what doTerra has done is they actually have the correct amount of product that the average American is missing in their diet. And because of that, we get this optimized range where our body is utilizing all of that nutrition in this lifelong vitality pack, and you're eliminating very, very little of it. The other thing that's great about this is it has high bioavailability. If you were to open up one of the capsules, it's actually a powder in there. And when you have a product that's already broken down, all of a sudden your gastrointestinal tract has a much better chance of being able to absorb that nutrition very quickly. Jessica already talked about how these essential oils and these whole nutrients are plant material made up of the same biocarbons that our bodies are made up of. And because of that, our body recognizes these molecules and uses them very quickly. So the benefits of taking this include not only filling in our nutritional gaps, and guys, I'm somebody who tries to eat very, very healthy, but even eating healthy leaves us with nutritional deficiencies. So this lifelong vitality pack helps me plug in those holes so that I can be functioning, my cells, my body systems, my organs can all be functioning at top level. This helps with cardiovascular health, brain function, eye health, nervous system function, immune function, all these different things that we all want, but we spend so much time and money looking for a product that will help with those things. doTerra just simplified that with this lifelong vitality pack. And I'll tell you, there's another product coming out in September that's going to blow everybody's minds out of the water. I have been able to trial this new product line. And I actually came into it really having low expectations, but doTerra has blown this out of the water. It's going to help with brain fog, improved energy without feeling jittery, weight loss, improved skin, just improved metabolic health. And paired with lifelong vitality, you're actually going to start seeing that aging clock turn backwards. So I'm super excited about being able to pair this new product with this incredible lifelong vitality. And then, of course, we have products that help support gut health, because everything originates from our gut, right? Terrazyme is digestive enzyme. So if you don't have your gallbladder, or you feel bloated or gassy anytime you eat, if you have constipation and diarrhea, Terrazyme is going to change your life. This is digestive enzymes that will help break down food and improve your overall digestion. Okay, and then our probiotic is this PB Assist. This is a beautiful marine probiotic with 8 different strains of probiotics and 7 billion CFUs in each beautiful little green capsule. We need good bacteria in our gut for our immune system to function and our guts to function normally. So taking a good probiotic can significantly reduce your risk of needing an antibiotic over the course of a year.
I don't know how to get rid of this. Okay. So the easiest ways to get started. Sometimes when you get started with a new company, it can be a little bit overwhelming. Like, oh boy, where do I start? There's a million different options, lots of different oils, all different ways to use it. It can be really overwhelming right away. But it's really not as overwhelming as it seems. There's very easy ways to get started getting these oils into your house and then get started using them as well. The one way to purchase oils is retail. Retail basically means that you go onto doTerra's website and you purchase it at full price. You can do this whenever you want, but it is probably the way that I don't ever let any of my friends buy oils, because it's the highest price, no perks, no way of getting money back. So you can buy retail, but I would highly suggest creating a wholesale account. With a wholesale account, you pay $35 to create a membership. And then for a year after that, you get 25% off everything. And you also have the opportunity to create something called a loyalty rewards order, which would allow you to actually earn points towards your account that you can put towards getting free products. So this is an awesome way to buy oils and a great way to get started as well. When you get started creating your wholesale account, there are several options of starter kits. These are the starter kits that are available. The Simple Solutions kit is awesome. It has lemon and On Guard, and I think this is lavender if I'm looking closely, and deep blue in it. These are awesome oils that I have already used all 4 of those things today already. So those are things that have tons of practical uses that you'll get a lot of use out of. Other kits come with diffusers and a wide variety of some of the top used and top purchase oils that doTerra offers. This healthy habits kit does come with several oils, but it also includes the Lifelong Vitality Pack that Andrea talked about, and also the Terrazyme and PB Assist to help with gut health, but also Deep Blue to help with topical pain relief as well. The Natural Solutions kit comes with the Lifelong Vitality Pack, the gut health supplements, Deep Blue, several of the top used oils, and a diffuser, toothpaste, and also along with that comes On Guard hand sanitizer spray, On Guard in supplements that you can take internally, and also On Guard oil. doTerra does have a full line of On Guard products that can be used for cleaning your home but also for sanitizing your space and also your skin as well. It looks ginormous, but honestly, the oil collectors kit is one of the best ways to get started because it has the highest amount of savings that you'll ever get when you're buying oils. Obviously, there are a lot of oils in here, also some coconut oil, diffuser. This is an amazing kit. I wish this is where I had started because it would have saved me a lot of money in the long run. You can get a more comprehensive list of the oils that are in that kit by going to doTerra.com, and you can look through the starter kits. Another really amazing option for getting started with essential oils is, oh, I forgot to talk about this one. Sorry. I'll skip forward to the Build Your Own. The Build Your Own starter kit is an option where let's say you want these 10 oils, but they're not all in one of the starter kits. Basically, this kit allows you to create your own starter kit by placing a purchase that goes over a specific value. I believe it's 125. Oh, it's 150 PV. If your kit and the products that you're buying adds up to 150 PV, the $35 wholesale customer membership cost is waived. Anytime you buy a starter kit or create your own starter kit, that $35 cost to create a membership is waived and you don't have to pay it. So this is a really great option if you have a few specific things you want to try that don't show up in one of the starter kits already together. Okay, and this month, Auntie is doing something called Diamond Club, which is basically just a way to help your customers get more perks when they're making purchases. So if you do enroll this month and you either just buy several products and pay for a membership, or you create your own kit, or you buy a starter kit, as long as your purchase surpasses 100 PV and you use this promo code down in the bottom, you'll get a free Citrus Bliss oil. Citrus Bliss is probably one of my favorite blends because it has obviously citrus orange, but also some vanilla in it. So it has a really sweet smell to it. I love diffusing that one. And if you place a 300 PV order by enrolling and either creating your own kit or buying a starter kit, you can actually get both of these oils, Citrus Bliss and Adaptive. Adaptive is my favorite essential oil that doTerra has. Adaptive is doTerra's calming blend. I diffuse this in my classroom at school almost every single day to just help to promote a more calm, peaceful environment for my students. We also use the adaptive roller bottle to help our girls when they're in timeout and just need help calming down. It's awesome added to a bath with Epsom salt, or just putting a drop in your hand and taking a deep breath can really help to promote a very calm feeling in your body as an emotional response. The group that Andrea and I and Karen are part of is called the Living Drop Collective. And when you enroll with the Living Drop Collective, on top of having the perks of 25% off and being able to place loyalty reward orders, you will also get a private wellness consult with the person that you enroll with. You have access to some exclusive team websites and also Facebook pages. We do regular education classes on different topics like healthy hormones and back to school and essential oils and moms, and just to make sure that our customers are being educated in how to use the products that they have in their hands. Every once in a while, there'll be a cleanse oil camp. There's lots of things to get involved with that will help to educate you on how to use the products that you've purchased. So thanks for coming to the class today, or watching the recording afterwards if we send it to you. If you have any questions about what we talked about in the class, feel free to reach out to the wellness advocate who invited you. And let's get you enrolled so we can get these amazing products in your hands and get you empowered to support your health in a natural way. So thank you so much for coming. I'll maybe check the chat and see if there are any questions before I sign off, but okay. Thank you so much for coming.